Yeah. Welcome to the Melanin Den, people. And the topic of the night is Black unity. And there's a lot of things to Black unity, the reason why we're not unified as a people, and it's very strategic, you know. So, I'm going to just freestyle it, because I never claim to be a scholar or none of that. I just research and I'm looking at what's going on because I'm awake and aware, and understand the plight of our people. And I'm gonna just talk about what I'm seeing and what has been revealed to me in my research. So, when you talk about our people, we are beautiful people, you know, and we don't understand that we out of our element. We're not living in what we comfortable in, our natural state. And it's a lot of reasons why we're not living in our natural state. And I'm gonna break as many down as possible. So when you talk about Black unity, we are individualized. You have to start with the individual. And being individualized is a part of the system because you got to take care of your family. You got to make sure that you doing your part in the United States structure of um, the system, and in the system for Black people, as far as Black people concerned, if individual performance is what's going to get you to the top, you know, and our power is in the collective. But the way capitalism is set up is based on individual performance. When you talk about Black people, entertainers, and when you talk about entertainers, you're talking about athletes, musicians, the singers, the rappers, the actors, the people you see on TV. That's all entertainment, and that's all individual performance. That's what got them to where they are. That's why they are the stars, quote unquote. Who names them the stars? The system, and this individuality creates competition. And we have to compete with one another to get to what we think is the top, because we think that's the top. In this paradigm or in this capitalistic system that we living in, which is usury, you know, we have to compete against one another to get to that top as an individual. Very rarely you see a mass group go to the top together. Even when you talk about like R&B groups back in the day, like take Bell Biv DeVoe, they just did their movie, you know, on BET. They was a group. They was doing their thing when they was little kids. But who went all the way to the top? Bobby, off of his individual performance. Everybody else fell off. Not all the way off, but they didn't get the limelight or the exposure Bobby got. That's that individual mentality and competition system. And with that individuality comes the ego, which is vanity, you know, put yourself above those that you consider below you because of the materialistic things that you acquire, include money. You know, that's one part of the individualism. Then you go to religion. Religion is a form of division in what keeps our people divided as well. You got Muslim, Christianity, You know, what's some people name that knock on your damn door? Jehovah's Witnesses. You know, hey, they out there, but that's division. That's keeping us from being unified. Different religious ideologies, you know, and you got the Baptists saying that the Church of God in Christ, they ain't saved because they got pants in. The women wear pants in the choir in the church and they wear lipstick. And the Church of God in Christ saying, hey, Baptists ain't saved because they wearing big old hoop earrings in the choir and skirts that, you know, dresses that go above the kneecap. They ain't saved. You know, this is the kind of stuff that we see on the bottom. This is hood life that I'm talking about. And I'm pretty sure it goes up, you know, the ladder. But this is what you see when you're on the bottom when you talk about division and religion. You know, instead of coming together and pushing the people together to move forward, they got them looking at what you got on, you know, and what you're doing. Division. It's not unity. You may have one congregation sticking together, but within the congregation you have problems. Because you have pastors, not all of them, but I'll say a high percentage of pastors having sex with the church members, male and female in some cases, you know. But for the most part, it's, you know, the pastor running a few females in the church. What's happening right now in my town, you know. And that causes confusion and further the division in the people, you know. Christians say the Muslims ain't saved. They don't know God because they practice in Islam. And Islam say the same thing. They both claim to be the only way. And you got a big body of black folks on both sides of those religions. More division. More division. You know, and this division is eating us up like acid. You know, a slow acid, you know, with a low acidity, but it's killing us real slow, you know. But the biggest problem we have is the secret society, the Boule, the Order of the Eastern Stars, Prince Hall Freemasons, you know, those secret societies that black people attend. I'm just talking about exclusively black folks. You know, but take the Boule, for instance, you got 113 years worth of work against the poor black people in the United States. That's their job. They protect the circle within a circle. They worship the Greek, praise the Greek, their alliances to the Greek. You know? And can you give me 1 second? Easy. Hold on, I got a pizza on deck for the kids. All right, man, my bad. You know, got to take care of the kids. And no, it ain't no organic pizza. I wish it was. but the division, you know, with the Boule, you know, and the Masons, you know, in the Order of the Eastern Stars, you know, they put in positions to keep the black people in line and to inform the government on underground black movements like the Black Panthers. You know, they were spying on Dr. Martin Luther King with COINTELPRO. You know, same thing with Malcolm X. Now, COINTELPRO is FBI, but they also had black agents within the FBI and the CIA doing intel on the factors like Black Panthers, the Malcolm X and his movement, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King, the MOVE movement out in Philadelphia. You know, all of those movements in history was compromised by black people, you know, and those black people was in secret societies or in league with the government. That's an element that we have to deal with. You know, that's an element that we have to deal with. The black people that sell us out. Just like in Django. You know, the Boule is a secret society of Stephen. If you watch that movie, you know, or you watch Life, you know, the Boule represents that one black dude that got to hold the rifle and make sure that nobody crossed the line. Whoever crossed the line, he shot him, killed them, kept everybody in check for the warden. That's what the Boule is. The Masons a little different because the Masons don't go in with bad intentions on the people. I ain't gonna put all the Masons like that in one box, but I can do that with the Boule because the Boule, they take an oath against black people, you know, so they can live high on the hog and have prestige and money and live, you know, in nice neighborhoods and have nice things, you know, because they protecting the white folks and making it look like it's equality in the United States when it's really not equality. That's what the Boule represents. That's what they stand on, you know. That's what separates us from them. Is they luxurious lifestyle what the white man gave them, you know, what he's giving them, what he's allowing them to do. And a lot of people, black people, don't know about the Boule. And even if they do, it's like, what can you do as one person against them? But the unity is what keeps us together. The unity is where our power lies. This is why the black people are not unified, because when we unify, we have power. The perfect example is the 1955 bus boycott in Birmingham, Alabama. You know, they boycotted for 387 days, I believe. And the Supreme Court got involved and desegregated the bus line. You know, just because that small group of black people band together and said, we're not going to ride the bus because they're not treating us right. Just that small group of people. Same thing with the football teams that recently said they weren't going to play football unless the racist dean stepped down or got fired. That dean stepped down because they was going to lose money. They was going to lose money if that football team strike and didn't play no games that season. That shows the power of the collective when the black people come together. Marching, protesting, and all that shit don't work because it was designed not to work. That was created by the government. Marching and protesting and shit, that shit don't work. That's a part of COINTELPRO. That was something King perfected. and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which his name is Michael King, legally, he was a Boule member, willfully misleading the people. Not only a Boule member, but also a Prince Hall Mason. Willfully misleading the black folks, the poor black folks that went to church and praised God and Jesus with all they had, believing that they was doing the right thing and doing nonviolent protests, letting dogs bite them, maul them, getting blown off their feet with high water pressure hoses. It's that deep. You can't trust no public figure with power like a Farrakhan. You already know you can't trust Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton. But look at the Honorable Farrakhan. He ain't no good neither. He a Mason too. Being a Mason, but teaching your people to follow Allah don't add up. He's doing a job for the government to keep the people locked into Islam, to keep their spirituality misguided, misused, wasted energy. And this brother is strong. This brother is very articulate. Probably one of the most intelligent black men on the planet that has this much exposure. Farrakhan. I love listening to him. But at the same time, he's fulfilling the agenda of the white power structure. From what it looked like through my research, he's controlled by the Jews. And I only say that because when you run Dr. Khalid Muhammad, a true soldier, and Malcolm X, another true soldier, when you run their lives parallel, they're damn near identical. They both got released from their national speaker position once they start going in on the Jews. Because the Jews, they got to protect their lives. Because they run damn near, they run everything. Not damn near, they do run everything, especially when you're talking about America. And they use us. They have used us. Civil rights is a perfect example of how they used us to get to where they are now. These black folks to get certain laws passed, and they benefit because they was the money behind the movement. They was the money behind Dr. Martin Luther King. That was the money pushing Dr. Martin Luther King, the Jewish money. But getting back to Farrakhan, Dr. Khalid Muhammad and Malcolm X, they was both removed from their position when they got in, going in on them Jews. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in Malcolm X situation, he disassociated himself with Malcolm. And it was moles on the inside of the Nation of Islam that made sure that Malcolm X didn't get to contact the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was alive at that time. Who was right there with Elijah Muhammad at that time? Farrakhan. So getting back to Khalid Muhammad, same thing happened. He went in so hard, defending Farrakhan, exposing the Jews. When the Jews was outside of Kent College calling for his death, they was calling for the death of Farrakhan. And a whole bunch of other stuff. At Kent College, when he gave that lecture about the Jews, so-called Jews, killed them. That thing on YouTube, you can go watch that. Go look at the Khalid Muhammad Kent State lecture. That's the last time he was a speaker of the Nation of Islam. And Farrakhan did not want to talk to him. He disassociated himself from him and removed him from his speaker position and wouldn't allow him in another mosque. And he went on to be the new lifeblood of the Black Panther Party, the new Black Panther Party. True soldier was going, man. Khalid Muhammad was the truth, is the truth. And he still respected Farrakhan. But at that time, in the 90s, going into the 2000s, the information like this was